All right, guys, I'm gonna try recording here in the blind. I can't see myself, but I got a little story for you guys today. It's actually about my wife and why she misses me working on the Alyeska pipeline. You can see right here, I actually got the pants hanging on me. I got a story about it. But what it is every time I go on the Alyeska pipeline, it's an 800-mile pipeline that runs from Prudhoe Bay to Valdez, and I'll actually be able to explain that to you guys a little bit if you've never been to Alaska. It's a really cool story. But at just north of Pump 6, which is right at the Yukon River, there's a place called the Hotspot Cafe, and you can buy these pants right here. They're very expensive because they're out in the middle of nowhere, but they've got printed on them the whole Alyeska pipeline. So I'm going to show them to you and actually kind of walk you through a little bit of the Alyeska pipeline. And yeah, this is actually why my wife misses me working on the pipelines, because I would always stop and get her a pair of these. She's got two pair left right now, a black pair and these gray pair. She's currently wearing the black pair. And that's what enticed the video for today. But I was like, man, I actually need to show people, because I talk about Alaska a lot and you guys probably don't actually really know what's going on there. So I'm going to turn around. Hopefully you got my face in this whole time I've been recording so far. And I'm going to show you just kind of the whole pipeline, and these pants are really cool. So turning it around here. Oh, there she is, guys. So you guys hear me talk about a lot. Prudhoe Bay, that is the north shore of Alaska. This would actually lay over the top of a whole Alaska state map. And where I used to live, see, there's Hotspot Cafe right north of Pump Station 6. I used to live right here, guys, right by Fairbanks. So this is dead center. Just imagine this is dead center of Alaska. An Alaska map would lay over top of it. That's dead center. So that's where I used to work. Out of Fairbanks, Alaska. That was our fab shop. Did a lot of fabbing there, but for the most part I was usually on the road, just because I was either an apprentice or I had moved down here, so it was easier to send me out than a local guy. I was still somewhat local, but I lived in Arkansas, so I would much rather be on the road than stuck in town, just because I got to live in the man camps and stuff. But just kind of go down it here for you guys. This is Pump Station 1. This is the main pump station that starts pumping all the oil that comes from all the different pipelines. They all come to this single point, Pump Station 1. So all the pipelines, all the crude, all the oil come here, and it gets pushed through this. So this is a 48-inch pipeline, and you come down here to Pump Station 2. Pump Station 2 is no longer manned. It's an abandoned, so it just kind of pushes through. I did some work up there a couple years back. I've actually been to every single one of these pump stations, but Pump Station 1 did a little bit of work. Pump Station 2 did just a little bit of work outside of Pump 2. I didn't do any work inside of Pump Station 2. Pump Station 3, I spent a good long while up there in a man camp up there, and doing a lot of work there. They're trying to get that to be unmanned as well, so we were getting it kind of blasted through. Pump Station 4, that is one of their bigger pump stations, and it's right by Adigan Pass, in between Adigan Pass and Galbraith. It is gorgeous there, guys. I wish I could kind of really show you the mountains and stuff around there. It's just beautiful in that area. But you just keep on coming down, and we got a Cold Foot, Pump Station 5 there. That's another large one. So these two, this pushes the oil. You got to come up, and this is, Adigan Pass is actually a really big mountain range, so it's got to push it up, and then it comes back down into Pump Station 5. So that's one of the biggest pump stations that's still pumping. Comes into 5 when it comes off the hill there, goes into big oil tanks there, reserves that oil, and then repumps it back in, and it pushes it all the way to Pump 6, which worked there. And that we made completely pass through. It is unmanned now, so we took down the whole manifold building and just straight piped it all. Did that one summer with a bunch of crew of guys that were just excellent. They were great. Pump Station 7, doing the same thing. It's trying to get to where it's unmanned. It's just kind of one of those stations that monitor. Down Pump Station 8, it's just a response base right now. It doesn't really do anything. There's Fairbanks, so it's right in the middle of both areas here. So I've been all the way north through all those and then I've been south through all those. Haven't done any work on 8 just because it's a response base now. Pump station 9 is a larger one. It still pushes, and it's got a lot of people still facilitating it. 10, it was unmanned, and now the most recent project on it is taking it down to a grassy knoll. It's no longer even going to be there or in existence anymore. So going down to Glen Allen, you got pump station 11. Did some work there. Not a whole lot. It kind of was more around it, wasn't really in it. And lastly, 12, same thing. It's unmanned. It's an abandoned altogether. And then Valdez, right there, right on the water. That's the marine terminal. You got to actually have a TWIC card to get in there. It's pretty intense to get on the marine terminal, but it's really good. I had the chance to do a lot of, or not a lot of, but quite a few weeks, at least 3 or 4 weeks worth of 48-inch fab down in Valdez. That was really awesome to have the opportunity to do that. So that's kind of the whole map there, guys. That's what I used to work on. It's 800 miles of pipeline, and each pump station has tons of compressor systems and, you know, stuff coming off of it to pump the whole oil down to Valdez. And once it gets to Valdez, they put it on tankers, and once they get it on the tankers, it goes to where it needs to go. And I'll throw it right on here. Bam, there's the Hotspot Cafe. Yeah, they're so expensive. So I don't miss actually getting them, but my wife kind of misses getting those pants, and you can get the sweaters too. But that's just a little story of what I used to do when I worked in Alaska on the maintenance side of the Alyeska pipeline. It was great work. I loved it. I miss it. I wish it was down here in warmer weather, because I would still be doing it for sure. But that's your story for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I will talk to you later, and as always, have a wonderful and great day.